You know, how open-minded are you? I mean, just think about it. Are you really open-minded? You know, for most of my childhood, I never really questioned my faith until I was about 17 years old, at least to a certain degree, because that's when I was introduced to something called apologetics, which is a defense of the Christian faith. You know, at the time, I actually learned what I was supposed to believe as an evangelical Christian, and I also learned how to defend it intellectually. You know, my desire was to travel the whole world and defend the Christian faith, but here's the thing, that even though I studied all the major religions and cults and worldviews, I kept assuming one thing, that Christianity is true. In other words, I only studied non-Christian material not because I was really open, but because I just wanted to critique it. And I would only dialogue with non-Christians not because I sincerely wanted to learn from them, but because I wanted to see if I could persuade and convert them to my understanding of the Christian faith. And to be honest, there were times when some of the non-Christian material would actually make sense to me, but I wouldn't tell anybody. But for some reason, I still had to assume that they were still wrong. And at the same time, there were some doctrines within my own Christian faith that wouldn't make sense to me, but for some reason, I would assume that they're still true because they were either a mystery or they would make sense to me later on. So I had to ask myself the question, how honest is that? So what about you? Are you going to read the same books and listen to the same speakers who confirm what you already believe? So I challenge you today to go out and read a book that your pastors and church leaders warned you about. You might actually like it. And not only that, you might actually learn something. What if everything you were taught about Christianity is wrong? Would you give up on faith altogether? Or would you seek to find out if there was another way to understand the world in reality? Now, I'm not saying Christianity is true, and neither am I saying it's false, but you gotta come to a place in your life where you ask yourself the